Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back to the BT Motorized YouTube channel. So as you can see here, we have yet another bike. So Tyler and I were walking around yesterday and saw this with a free sign on it. So we're like, well, why not take that opportunity to make a, on quote, free motorized bike just using Tyler's parts that he has laying around. So we have an extra motor, just a bunch of extra stuff that we can hopefully throw on this and make a good working motorized bike that we can take around the city. So here we have an 03 Specialized hard rock. So this is super comparable to like today's Specialized rock hoppers. So shares a lot of the same geometry, stuff like that. Obviously, the newer ones are gonna be a little bit more souped up, a little more modern. But let's get straight to the point. So I mean, componentry wise, like this thing's pretty loaded. We actually have a sick SR Suntour fork. So, you know, you're not gonna be fully rigid when you're going down the road. And then you're also getting a pretty good Shrem X4 derailleur, which those tend to last forever. So that's a big plus. And really the only issue I've noticed with this bike is this cable right here. So this is for the actual derailleur. So the one in the back, and it doesn't work. So eventually we might get a new cable for it. I have them at my work, so they're super easy to come by. So that might be a future fix that we do on this. Other than that, like it's in perfect condition. So as you can see right here, we are robbing the old sprocket off this wheel that actually, it didn't go to a bike. It went to this old Schwinn over here, which as you can see, isn't in the best of shape. So we're getting pretty close. So we have the motor, we have the sprocket. Now we just need a clutch lever, we need a throttle. Okay, and a carb. There's a lot we still need, but we should be able to find everything. Tyler has a huge parts bin. And the next thing we're stealing is this poor gas tank. This Schwinn is just, it's getting all of its parts taken off, so sad. This was what, your second build that you did? Yeah. But hey, it's all going to a good cause. Like, the bottom bracket blew up, so technically it would be illegal to ride. So that's kind of why we're just taking everything off of it. So now we're just gonna throw this gas tank on real quick, and we're moving along on this process pretty quick so far. So we're just gonna kind of sneak these guys under here because we have 3 cables that we need to watch out for. One for our rear derailleur and for our front derailleur, and then for the brakes. So they're all pretty important. Thank you. Yep. Just zap these down. Okay, so we got the motor all put together. We have a few covers to put back on, but for now, we'll just leave it as is. Dang. Look how perfect it fits on the seat tube. Like, seriously, you can't get much better than that. That's awesome. It's gonna be a nice tight fit. Even if we can't get that front motor mount on it, that should still be super secure. Now I'm just gonna throw the motor mount on, and then we'll get this thing zapped on. Still just a little bit more tweakage and then we'll be there. Yeah, let's go. This is gonna be so sick. Oh my gosh, you guys, look at how sick this thing looks. Like, honestly, I'm not a huge yellow guy, but this mustard yellow, it's like, it has a metallic flake. I'm kind of digging it. And then you have like all the black accents. It matches the motor perfectly. And if you think this bike is sick, just take a look at Tyler's latest purchase. So custom frame. So if you guys aren't familiar with these, which I'm sure you are, you have the integrated gas tank, and it's a little bit longer. It has that more aggressive look. These things are sick. Like, all said and done, like if you bought one of these pre-made, you'd be looking at probably close to $1,500. But with us, what we're doing is we bought the bottom end and the top end of the motor separately. So we're saving about $300 just with the motor alone. So if you want to save some money, I just go out, buy each individual part, like buy the carbs, buy the gaskets, buy the spacers, buy engine components, just stuff like that. Go buy them separately rather than having someone put it together for you, because they're going to charge a premium for doing that. Just stay tuned for this one because parts should be coming here in about 3-4 days, and then we're going to make a killer video on this, and it's going to be an awesome bike. Now we're going to just work on the carb setup. We can't find the universal bracket for the front motor mount, so we're going to take a break from that. Maybe we'll get lucky and find it once we're done with this project. We got the throttle cable, spring and slide all hooked up, so we're just gonna steal the carb off the scooter, get that hooked up, and then we should be ready to go. And we did have to take the actual airbox off just because not enough clearance right there. which is totally fine. There, finally, we got it. Just had to wiggle it around a little bit. Now the throttle's starting to slide on. There we go, nice. We got the CDI on, we got the coil on the spark plug, and then all we need to do is just do a little bit of wiring with that because we had to shorten the cable or the wires for the scooter. So instead of getting a whole new wire, we're just gonna move the CDI a little bit closer to the motor. That way it's not as much as a hassle. Just like that. Perfect. Then we got some heat shrink over that, so we won't have to worry about water ingress. So we got the heat shrink over both of these wires, so for the kill switch, and then obviously for the spark for the motor. So Tyler's running inside, grabbing a lighter real quick. That way we can heat shrink this, which just allows water to not be able to get in, and it helps keep the wires together just because the way that we put them in isn't the most secure. So once that actually seals around, it'll be super, super secure. Better than electrical tape, and it'll look better too. Oh, that looks so good. And now for the part that no one likes, which is putting the sprocket on. But Tyler said this bike should be super easy to line up just because of how the rear hub is set up.
You can put electrical tape if it's not perfect, just until like the sprocket will slide over perfectly.
Oh yeah, look at that. That's awesome. That's seriously perfect. Yep. Oh, it's even a black chainring. That's gonna go so good with it. And now the tedious part begins where we actually try to make it straight. Side to side it looked good, but it was a little wonky on the up and down spectrum. So we're making progress. I'm just gonna ignore what Tyler just showed me. We're totally not short two links. Dang it. We are making progress. Also, sorry if the noise is bad. Turned a fan on, it was super hot. Let's see if we can figure something out real quick. Might work. Besides, oh crap. The whole motor went to the side. I'm having flashbacks to what happened with my bike. Watch the motor move. Oh my gosh. Oh no. Tyler and I couldn't find that mount, so we just cobbled together our own special mount. So we're gonna use a C-clamp. Hopefully this works. You guys will be the first to see along with us. Oof.
Don't touch it, don't touch it.
This was a nice bike. All right, so we got the motor officially mounted. Tyler's trying to hammer a grip off. So just don't look how we mounted the motor, but I mean, it works, it doesn't move at all. We got the chain on, now we're just getting the clutch lever on, and then we'll be good to go start it. Then we can go enjoy some nice, cool AC. Clutch cables ran. Sorry, I am just dying from the heat. Now, fuel line. Also, sorry I haven't been recording much of this last segment. I just haven't felt like it. It's still super hot, even with the fan, so. Also, the chain is like way too tight right now. We just really don't want to go make it longer. We just want to go in the AC. We're done with the heat for now. Tyler's grabbing a screwdriver to tighten the carb. This clutch feels amazing, like minty. All right, let's do this. That chain is so tight. Oh, come on, please. We got an exhaust leak, but it started. Idle needs to be adjusted. Oh, come on.
Changed so tight.
Yeah, it's way too tight.
Why did we do this?
I don't know, honestly. Ooh. Well, looks like we need to do some adjusting. It doesn't help that chain so tight though. I'm sure that's really bogging down the motor. Well, she started. Looks like we have some adjusting to do, but
Smoking and backfiring.
yeah.
Timing.
Oh crap. All right, well, there you have it, you guys. Our quote-unquote free motorized bike using all Tyler's spare parts. We did it. It took like 4 hours,
Way
but
too long.
we'll ignore that part. But you can see, I mean, it still turned out pretty good. Could have been better, but it's all right. I mean, it's a free bike after all, so.
We have to make a part 2.
We do. Yeah, once we get it running better, we'll do a part 2. We'll do some B-roll clips of it, do some rides, but I don't want to take any more of your guys' time, so I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.
On a gin and tonic, got me going off when I'm on this topic, yeah. If I ever play, I want it. You know that I'm always honest. Stay away from those who are toxic. Keep them out your face, no way, you don't want them, yeah.
Don't try to drain my energy. The enemy is everything